And we are live, guys. I hope you're all doing well. Yeah, sorry for the late stream, but yeah, that's all I could unfortunately do. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you, everybody coming. I see there's a few new names in chat. I just want to say thank you to all my Patreon supporters before we start off, all my channel members, and everybody that does support this channel financially. Thank you very much. A huge shout out to PJ Cruikshank for being in the chat now. How you doing, mister?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Just interesting to see what information we get out tonight, because love the moon topic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the moon landing's always.
Like I said earlier, I think anybody that believes in it is so deluded. It's so obvious to me. This is one of the first things that kind of brought me into kind of flat Earth and stuff like that. Was researching the moon and things like that. Then flat Earth would come in as a conspiracy theory, but it's not a theory. It's just fact, isn't it? You know what I mean? So yeah, it was kind of a gateway kind of topic for me to get into flat Earth. So interested to see what goes on tonight.
Yeah, no, 100% agree with you. Moon landings is a really awesome subject. I think that even Globers love to talk about because you get a lot of Globers that don't believe the moon landings were real. So
that's it. Yeah.
I mean, that tells you already that there's something going on.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I mean, if people have a belief that it's a globe and some people still believe this, now it wouldn't have worked, that tells you something. Yeah. Hey Scott, I'm glad you enjoyed the intro. Thank you for coming. Peaceful Warrior, good to see you. Mikey Smith, great you could make it. Glad you could make it. Spuddy, awesome to see you, mate. Don't know where Michael Khan is tonight. Probably busy.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mystery, isn't it? I've asked an element if he's joining, but there's no answer yet. So he must. I bet he's fell asleep or something.
Probably. Sure. Maybe had a nice shepherd's pie or something, and
Yeah, shepherd's pie is lovely.
Like what they say in South Africa, maag is vol, oog is toe. It means your stomach's full, then your eyes go closed.
That's true. That's what happens. That's what happens on a Sunday when you have a Sunday dinner or a Sunday roast. When you're bloated, you sit down in front of the telly and you just hypnotise. That's it. You just zone out, don't you?
Exactly. Yep. I just want to say hi to Gematria Wombat. Thank you for coming. Matthew Eastman, Jess Palmer, and William Brackley. It's good to have you all here. And Tube U. Yeah, thank you for joining. Jeff Gezhead and Insert Coin. It's so great to see so much people here. Really enjoy your guys' company and appreciate you guys. Wow. Thank you, Godzilla37, for gifting 5 new memberships. Thank you very much for coming. Really appreciate it. He's gifted so much to the people already. So that's so awesome. So welcome. Yeah, welcome to the gifts, guys, to the members. Insert Coin, Not One, Titan Long, John Smith, and Captain Caveman. Thank you very much, Gordon. Godzilla37. Thank you very much. Appreciate everything, sir. Oh, wow. So I hope you guys are all ready. We're going to be doing some moon landing investigations tonight. I think it's really something that everybody likes to enjoy to talk about. So I know it hurts a lot of people that really want it to be real, but it's something that has to be done. So yeah, are you ready to get into it?
Absolutely.
The first video is Apollo artifacts. This is actually quite interesting.
How are you today, Robert?
Hey, not bad, Scott. Yeah, how's the battle going?
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
There's just more anomalies in the Apollo records than you can ever shake a stick at. There's just no end to them.
No, you got that right. Especially here at time 168-4404-117 on Apollo 17. So let's just take a look at this.
Andy M, thank you for coming. Yes, thank you. Gonna be a great show. I can feel it. What's her name? Affluence 8. Dude, if the moon is fake, what is the Earth? Thank you for coming, but yeah, the moon and the Earth is 2 different things. So, yeah, who said the moon is fake? Exactly, Godzilla. No one said the moon is fake. We're just saying it's not some dusty old rock floating in the middle of space.
Exactly.
That's all.
And the moon's definitely real. It's just not what people think it is.
Yeah, I
Simple
mean,
as that.
there's so much problems with the narrative of what they think the moon is. It just doesn't make sense at all. I mean, have you guys ever watched any rock floating around in your natural reality ever?
No.
Never,
No.
and yet they claim it's a
Especially
rock.
one that size. Especially one that size.
Yeah, and then yet they claim that's a rock floating around in natural reality.
But, and the mass, if mass attracts mass, why isn't it crashed into the earth?
Exactly. Yeah, because the masses are all different masses, so they're supposed to have different attractions according to their things. Godzilla, okay, be right back, see you now. Yeah, Kubrick, I still love these Space Odyssey 2001 films. I actually got a series I want to do this year where I'm going to be doing some of the video effects that he used in his video, in his movie that I want to do. So that's really exciting. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great series. What is the moon? Just the light. I don't think anybody really knows what the moon is. Some people think it's plasma. Some people think it's just a hologram. Some people think it's cheese.
Yeah.
All I know is it's the moon and it's not 245,000 miles away. Look at it this way. You can see the Tycho crater with your bare eyes. The angular size of that is the same as seeing an ant at about 100 miles away with your naked eyes. Would you be able to see an ant 100 miles away? Or even 100 meters away with your own eyes? That would be a no.
I would. Definitely not.
So it's definitely not the distance they say it is. And floating in a vacuum as well. I mean, what happens when you remove the medium? Something falls, does it not? Yeah. And yes, I know they're saying the moon is just falling around, it's orbiting, which is nonsense. So where's it falling into if there's nothing to fall into? I mean, really. And one thing, they also got a problem. The moon is supposed to be part of Earth's atmosphere. Remember they updated about 2 years ago? But anyway, enough of that. Let's get back to the video.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing that the camera operator is able to spot
What is
this
that?
and zoom in when it's quite a very large object and it's sitting back up on that hill. Nothing that the Apollo missions had anything that size to start with. And of course, even though the astronaut is blocking the view right now, the camera operator is staying focused on that as soon as he moves out of the way to show it off. And there it is again.
I don't know what that object is though. Has anybody got a clue what that could be? Because it looks like it's floating in the middle of nothing. Literally,
Yeah, it does look like it's levitating a bit, doesn't it?
that's really odd.
Mm.
Either that or it's stuck onto a backdrop. Face Reality. Hi, welcome. Good to see you. John Smith. Okay, glad you could make it, mate. Face Reality says, why aren't space rocks orbiting the moon? Did gravity just forget about the moon's mass as well? Very true.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Very good point.
Absolutely brilliant question.
Also, remember all the craters? Think about it. Those craters are supposedly due to asteroids and meteors and things. But they're 90-degree angles, all of them.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
and when last have you ever seen a meteor or an asteroid or anything hit the moon and create a new asteroid? A new crater. Have you ever seen it? I don't think it's ever been recorded as far as I know.
No, I don't think so.
But yet that's what the narrative is. It's really odd stuff. That's the dreaded floating moon snake. Good one, Godzilla. Jess Gas said, I saw a moon rock in a museum when I was young. I hope it wasn't the petrified wood, mate. Yeah, because in I think it was they ended up saying it's a hoax, but it was the actual astronauts that gave it to them, to the museum. And then they just said once they found it was petrified wood, then they said no, it was a hoax. Way to cover your tracks.
That's quite a large piece. nothing that they could have brought with them could be that large. I think at that distance, it's probably larger than the limb.
And they're claiming that this is 10 meters away.
Oh, that's absolutely ridiculous.
There, 10 meters away. It looks much further than 10 meters away, though.
Oh, definitely.
They don't even know what it is. He's actually calling this an anomaly, while one of the other astronauts is claiming that it's a flag.
Well, if it's
Huh?
only 10 meters away, then they're on a closed set.
That's very true. That's very true. If it's only 10 meters away, then it's on a set. Maybe they were planning to use this kind of thing to try and get people, because you know they're trying to push aliens and stuff. So they were trying to let it catch on as maybe it's an alien craft or something, and
Yeah,
it maybe
yeah,
backfired,
yeah.
and maybe backfired on them. So now they're just trying to play dumb. I guess that's the reason, maybe.
And he's really interested in it.
If they're on the lunar surface, that's a couple of kilometers away.
Oh, absolutely. But he's fixated on this object, whatever it is. I mean, they don't even know what it is. It's not a piece of space junk either. They're talking about that, which I'm going to roll that clip in a few seconds so that you can see and hear the audio, what they're saying. So,
It's hard to judge distance on the moon because of the lack of atmosphere. Yeah, lack of sphere-shaped air.
I'm saying the horizon looks like it's 20 meters away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that no one's been there, exactly, Godzilla. Yep. But it's amazing if you look at the so-called horizon there. It's like, it literally looks like it stops. Almost like it's got a backdrop kind of thing.
without further ado, let's roll that clip and listen carefully to what these guys are saying.
huh? Roger, but we have to have the wheels roll. We can do that, we can try it. Well, we want the wheels rolling in 4 minutes, so I don't think it's practical at this time. Bob, we cannot get an SDSC in 4 minutes. Okay, cover that. Copy that. Time. Now I gotta push this latch on a gate to get it locked, on a pallet to get it locked. Think so?
Sherlock Holmes pipe. Exactly. We already got 33 votes. How dare you guys? The moon landings were faked. You cannot violate natural law. 85%. That's good to see. A lot of people are understanding you cannot violate natural law. And we got 15%. No, I believe so. It was real. Shame. Just because they believe it was, so therefore it has to be real.
That's it. That's it.
Hey, Trucker, good to see you. Glad you could make it from New Mexico. Awesome.
Push the pallet while I trip the latch, will you? I gotta trip the latch. There's so much dust in that cord.
Jolly man, good to see you. Thank you for coming, mister.
Okay,
Pampa
so
Les.
what's out there in the distance
Hey.
on the hillside in the field of view of the camera? The camera's pointing at it.
Pampa Les. Incredible what we managed to achieve getting to the moon. The Saturn rocket was a masterpiece. How did they get to the moon again? Where's that place that they supposedly went to? Did you know the Saturn rockets weren't actually even powerful enough to get to what they said they would get to? They would run out of fuel halfway there. Yeah. Really odd stuff.
Yeah, it's mad. They had the technology of a basic calculator, but they still managed to get that. You know?
Hey Skeptic 936, great to see you, mate. I'm glad you could make it. Awesome when you show up, mate. But yeah, that's very sad. People still believe that they actually went to a violation of natural law called space. And seeing a rock floating. I mean, think about it. If you had to go to a psychologist and you had to say, I see floating rocks, he's literally going to give you medication or he's going to institutionalize you.
Do you know what I mean? Crazy, isn't it? It's true though what you say. If you went to a psychologist with that, they would put you on medication because it's just so crazy. And yet, because it was indoctrinated into us from school, we believe it. It's so crazy. So crazy.
Exactly. As simple as that. Good to see you, Jolly Man. I'm glad you could make it. To get to the moon, first needed to figure out how to get into orbit. To get into orbit, they needed R. How did they get R? They didn't have R in the first place. How can you have R if you don't have a day without refraction? Black Swan, guys.
2020.
I see dead people.
Oh, that's the, let me see where that's the flag, I bet. On the chart.
It doesn't look like a flag to me.
Definitely not.
I mean, it's literally not moving. It's literally just like it's plonked there.
Yeah,
really
like
awesome.
you said, it looks like it's levitating.
Yeah. But like I said, if you look at it, it's almost like you see there's like, this is like a backdrop here, and it's just stuck on that backdrop.
I mean, there was rumours it was in a big junkyard and there was things like Volkswagens and that there.
No, there was a. They actually had an interview with someone where they had a warehouse and they took trucks of cement mix to make the sand, and it had to be hush hush. So yeah, they actually had an interview with someone about that. So why would NASA need truckloads of cement mix in a warehouse that has to be hush hush, guys? Yeah.
They're going to build a house on the moon.
I mean, yeah, truck. I literally went and I recreated moon dust with old paint dust and stuff in my primer spray booth. It's literally so easy to make this stuff. People made it out of, like I said, cement dust before powder as well. It's even baby powder. I've seen someone take baby powder and make moon dust with it. So it's actually very easy. All you do is you just take it and you shoot at a few faster frames, and then you just slow the video footage down, the frames down, and that's how you get that slow motion of the dust.
Yeah, because I mean, even with the astronauts, when you speed up the film, it just looks like they're walking normally. You know what I mean? It looks like it's just slowed down to make them look like they're bouncing.
Yeah, all they're
slowly,
doing, they just shoot at let's say 60 frames per second, and then they just slow down the frames per second, and it makes them look. Then they don't look janky. They just look like they're moving normal, bouncing around without atmosphere. But if you have to put it back to 60 frames a second, you'll see them, they're actually going normal.
Right. Exactly.
Looking right at it, but it's only 10 meters away. Okay, it's hanging in front of the hill. That's the You're looking right at the flag.
Yeah, this was so interesting. Open a new tab. I'm going to download this one so long, Gematria. While we... Classified documents. Ooh. Always the naughty ones. There's always so much classified documents. I mean, like today I was watching a really interesting oh, can I not download it? Download, there we go. Okay, while it's downloading, let's go watch the video. But anyway, I was watching a video today on that Charlie Girl sent me. Thank you very much, Charlie Girl. It was awesome. I really enjoyed it. It was epic. It's on a BitChute channel, so really do appreciate it. Because on BitChute you can actually show stuff that we're not allowed to show, like on YouTube and stuff, unfortunately. But anyway, they were talking about it's about the firmament and stuff, and with Project Fishbowl, and how I remember when I first got into the whole flat Earth thing, how I was researching Dominic and Project Fishbowl and all that stuff. But when the way they explained it, it really was great. I think I actually want to do something on Project Fishbowl and maybe high jump sometime. I think it'd be quite cool. The Mars rovers are real. They're just somewhere on Earth. Like in Greenland or something. It's really easy. It's really easy to find a secluded place where there's no inhabitants. I mean, heck, they can put in Alaska if they wanted to. No one's gonna know. Everything claimed to be in space is debunked, exactly, because it violates the second law of thermodynamics. It's impossible to go there. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw a video I did a while back on dust devils. How does Mars have dust devils? It's impossible to have dust devils with the, how can I put it, the mixture that they have on Mars. You need the right ingredients, and the ingredients just don't match it, but they have dust devils that they're showing on Mars. Space is fake, so what are we seeing at the night sky? Pampalaz! Space is not fake. The narrative of space is fake. Do you get it? The night sky we see is perfect, but it's not space. It's the night sky. It's in the heavens, the firmament. Exactly what the Bible says. And yes, Lampa, Mars rovers are in Greenland. It's been shown quite a few times. Literally. You've seen people actually go and they take video footage of Greenland with exactly the same topography as what they showed on Mars. And I mean exactly. They have the exact position. I've seen people actually show videos where they Komastag videotaping them training to go on Mars. Yeah, it's a training with camera crews and everything. Okay, Drunken Bird, thank you for coming. Good, you can come. Yeah, they showed mushrooms growing on the dark side of Mars. Don't forget that. Okay, let's carry on with the video.
Okay, it's hanging in front of the hills. We thought we had an artifact or something like that. Okay, press on.
But this is ridiculous. Look, he's still zooming in on it. He's still on it.
Yeah, it's not moving. It is large. It almost looks like it's suspended, but I believe that the hills that they're showing there are blocking part of the view of it. I had mentioned before that that section there where they were building the set is an actual access point to their stage.
And the other thing that is very
Yeah, you see, that's what I'm saying. You see, that's what I was saying. You can. It's got the backdrop there. He's literally saying that's the access point to the stage. For all you know, that's an opening in the backdrop. Yes, Mikey Smith. It's filmed on Devon Island. I've heard that before as well.
strange is that they're not particularly interested in it. All they do is call it an anomaly, and that's it. And then all of a sudden he starts zooming back, and the interest is gone, and then it goes black.
Yeah, well, they didn't pay attention to it. I think the cameraman was the one paying the most amount of attention to that.
And if you think that's good, let's have a look at the astronaut with no bubble helmet on.
Ooh. How can you not have a bubble helmet on in space? Wow. There's a big issue there, don't you guys think?
Oh, well, it's just probably getting too hot out there. They would have had to loosen off their gloves so that they get a bit of air blowing through the suits, and every chance they would have, they'd be opening up the visor on their helmet to get some fresh air in there and take some of the heat away. And of course, to open up the outer helmet, just the shielding on that, they wouldn't be wearing the inner bubble helmet. Yes, Apollo 17 really likes to show their stuff off, and I can well imagine that after a number of years of rehearsal and simulation on the set with these same guys working, they were quite relaxed during these simulations that they were doing. And of course, they're going to be leaving more and more evidence. They're going to be less sloppy. Nobody'd be able to control them. But when you see somebody walking around with the helmet wide open like you're seeing in this video, and that's Harrison Smith right there.
His helmet is wide open. Who was it here? He said Roman K, and you can literally see the glass. His helmet is open, dude. It's open. Do you not get that? We're hilarious because you guys believe you can go to a naturally violating place. Okay.
You can see his forehead comes right out and touches the outer shielding on the thing. There is no inner liner on that helmet whatsoever.
Ooh.
Just the outer abrasion helmet with the...
You can literally see there's nothing there, dude. It's just the glass. Doop. There's no bubble inside.
two shields on it. And he has both of them wide open. You can see the microphone from his Snoopy helmet is sitting there. It's protruding right out on top of where the shields close. His nose is out there.
You see, there's no bubble shield. Are you literally this blind, Roman? It's amazing how they always want us to give facts on stuff because they cannot bring their evidence for the globe. By the way, guys, I still haven't gotten any evidence for the globe, and all I'm getting is trolls in chat telling me,
The usual.
they give excuses and why they won't come and present it.
Yeah.
The one guy comes and fights with me the whole time saying, I have to stipulate what I mean by evidence. Evidence is evidence. I literally explained it like this to the guy. If I claim an orange is a fruit and the color is orange, I'm going to bring you the orange to show you it's orange. That's the evidence. That's it.
Evidence is evidence. There's all different kinds of evidence, but it's still evidence.
Exactly. So if they claim they can have gas pressure without a container, then they should bring a demonstration demonstrating it. It's as simple as that. Instead of, you're just going to mute me, or you have to define what you mean with evidence. What the? It's really sad. Yeah, it's just the burner of proof reversal. They can't prove the globe, so they have to push it onto us. They need us to prove their globe for them. Let's put it that way.
That's true. That's true.
What evidence will you accept? Because video evidence or photo evidence, you just call it fake. Roman, this is studio work, because if it was where it's claimed to be, we would not be alive now, because it violates the natural law of entropy. Do you get that? You cannot take something in a place that violates natural law. So bring evidence that you can actually overcome entropy, then you're all for good. But you cannot do that. You cannot demonstrate it. You cannot demonstrate rocks floating in air. You cannot demonstrate any of your claims, to be honest.
That's why they don't come on.
ISS globe proved. No, there's no tin can floating up in a space violation vacuum, exactly like I said. Yes, studio works, Pampalaz. Studio work. We've even got video footage of the one astronaut speaking his mouth while he's in the so-called ISS, saying, "Here in Houston."
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And there's so many videos about the ISS. It's, you can tell it's CGI'd or something, or they're in harnesses or things like that, you know.
Yep. No, it's sad. These guys are literally fighting for hairspray.
The women must use a gallon of hairspray.
Oh, it's sad. Oh, man.
His cheek is well out past, sprayed out, and his chin is touching the abrasion helmet itself, and there's no way.
Roman, he calculated. He didn't measure. Yeah. You know, you can calculate unicorn farts. Does that make it true? I mean, I can literally take a craft at a lower altitude that has the same angular size in that lower altitude compared to what you are talking about, and have it at a different speed that's actually giving the same speed at that altitude as it said, and get the same results. So, it could just be a drone at lower altitudes even. Just going slower, but seeming to go the same speed, because remember parallax, the further you are away, the faster you have to go to keep that speed. You guys don't really think things through, do you?
Way that would happen. Absolutely no way that would happen if that inner bubble helmet was in there.
Because I can also tell you guys, take a telescope or any camera you guys use with those lenses. You guys claim you can see the ISS 400 and whatever 5 kilometers away. Please point it somewhere else and see if you can get something else that's 405 kilometers away. I can guarantee you can't. And no, the moon is not 245,000 miles away. because like we said in the beginning, the Tycho crater debunks the whole moon being that distance, because you can see it with your own eyes, and based on the angular limit of that, it's like seeing an ant at 100 miles away with your bare eyes.
And of course, if they were on the lunar surface, you wouldn't be able to depressurize the suit in any way, shape, or form.
When I adjust the levels, you
Bruh.
can't see the bubble helmet in there, no matter what you do.
Because it's not there. But
Bruh. Yeah. Did you guys enjoy the bruh episode? Would you want more bruh episodes? Let me know.
Perspective.
But yeah, this is a killer, guys. If you don't have the right equipment on in the said place, it's going to literally debunk space, and that's exactly what's happening here.
I'll bet you he was back there and did not know that the camera was pointed at him and focused in that closely. He was probably up on that hill trying to get some fresh air and cool down a little bit, and he turned around for the camera, and the camera was right on him. And anybody from NASA.
Yes, Godzilla. Red's a cowardly clown, straw man, builder like all you. Yep. Red, Red's rhetoric is literally still running away from me. I told him the other day, we can talk about, that 11 frames thing. He literally makes excuses not to talk about it. Why would we talk about it? So yeah.
But like I say, it is sad that they're still trying to get you on something from about 3 years ago now, isn't it?
But I love it, because every time they bring it up, I just tell them, well, you're just conceding that your horizon is optical and not physical.
Exactly. I watched both of them, and I can't see much difference. You know what I mean?
The thing is, if you take a optical illusion away, like inferior mirage, and then they come and claim, you removed it to take away Earth curve, you're literally conceding that removing optical effects is removing your physical Earth curve. Do you not see the issue there? Yeah. And yeah, Reds has been caught faking data. Reds has been caught being a fraud. Literally. So, he's anything but, how would I say, honest.
Of course, wouldn't be looking at it that closely. They'd be more interested in just doing their little scanning and uploading to the internet to provide incredible amounts of content to fool the world.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure somewhere in NASA they were actually trying to overcome some of the difficulties, but at the same time they had to have a crew out there to pull off the simulation.
And another thing, you notice the rainbow effect. It's really bad in this.
Oh, it's all over the place, and that's just atmosphere. You can't have a rainbow effect. You can't split the light unless you've got enough.
Amen. How do they get that on there? Because this is due to the lensing in the atmosphere. So how did they have that on the moon with no atmosphere? Odd.
Atmosphere to split it in. So many things that were overlooked. They had very little time. They spent very little money in comparison to do the simulations as they did trying to get a rocket off the ground. Except they've spent 50 plus years trying to cover it up. And that's taken more energy than they ever could imagine. You get that large anomaly sitting in the background that nobody can explain. I mean, that thing's as big as a tanker truck. You've got Buzz Aldrin leaning up against the door frame. You've got a wet flag to deal with. You've got a junkyard with pieces of metal, spark plugs on the ground, pieces of metal sticking out of rocks everywhere. There's ropes, there's chains, there's all kinds of stuff. Large pieces of equipment that are barely covered over. There are tires to hold up the hillsides where they put the craters in so they didn't slide down.
You name it, it's out there.
Yeah, and they still don't have a suit to go anywhere yet. They canceled the latest suit. The capsule's canceled. There's no lander. There's no anything. Right? Don't have a rocket powerful enough to get it off the ground. Just unbelievable. And of course they had fueling problems on even a test on the thing.
No, the rainbow effect is the film they're using. The film's not going to give the rainbow effect, dude. That's literally due to the refraction of light when they're moving the camera.
The other day. So, Robert, I gotta tell you, it's just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. Yep, unbelievable.
Yeah.
So what do you have to say about that?
It's laughable, isn't it? It's just unbelievable. A whole lot of it. I just don't understand how people fall for it. It's crazy. I mean, even when these rockets take off as well, it's just like you see them. They veer off. Do you know what I mean? And they land in the sea. Simple. If they're going to space, why don't they go straight up? You know what I mean? They veer off. They end up flying parallel to the plane and then going down.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Yes, RIP RGB, old TV screens, but the camera is not RGB. It's film. Well, it is RGB actually, but that rainbow is not caused by any camera movement. It's caused by the refraction in the light when it moves, because it's overexposing. As it's overexposing with the atmosphere, it gives the rainbow effect. Okay, let's go. Wiki releases moon landing cutscenes filmed in the Nevada desert. Ooh. Now, how would they be able to do this if it wasn't fake, guys? Yeah, you actually have actual video footage showing them doing it in the Nevada desert.
Yep. I mean, there's even the junkyard, scrapyard kind of theory where it's in a landfill. You know what I mean?
And I mean, yeah, where they literally saying retake this, do that, and look at the movements, everything. It looks the same as what they supposedly have on the moon. The backdrop and everything.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, no atmosphere and you can't see the stars. I mean, and they can't make up their mind about that. Some people say, no, we can't see the stars. No, oh yeah, we see them perfectly. It's brilliant. You know what I mean? It's beautiful.
Yeah, but the excuse is they don't expose it long enough.
Right. Yeah.
But it's still like they can't decide. Hey, Mike, good to see you. Thank you for coming, mate. Glad you could make it. Yeah, Mike's got a wrench, definitely. Okay, let's carry on. Wave and action. Oops, they're in the Nevada desert. Oopsie. And action. Now, doesn't that look like the same movements they have on their so-called moon? Look at that. All I said, change it to 60 frames a second, filming 60 frames a second, and then you just change the ratio, that's all. Then it gives you that. It's just the old camera trick, guys.
Once more, please.
Let me walk away.
Yeah. Again, builders everywhere would laugh their ass off because you need to do math to find the square for a building foundation. Yeah, and that foundation is what level? A horizontal. Great. So not a curved earth then. Cheers live, thank you for coming. Glad you made it. It's good to see so much new faces here, guys. I'm glad you guys enjoy the show.
Definitely good. Yeah, it's definitely good to see new faces come in. Well, not that we see the faces, we see the names, but
yeah, the avatars. Oh, what's the time? Okay, in about I think maybe 10 minutes. I'm going to have to just switch off again quickly, stick my Jenny off because the power is going to come back on. So it's going to be maybe about 2-3 minutes of downtime. Okay, just to warn you guys. Ooh.
Test light.
Yep, test light. Now, all this is filmed in where? The Nevada desert, guys.
Yeah.
And that was one hectic, expensive beach buggy, by the way. I mean, with garden chairs.
I mean, that's it as well. I mean, that rover lander, the rover, I mean, I know they were meant to put it together when they were up there, but how do you fit something like that in that little lander, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Nothing made sense. I mean, even the things they had to leave behind. Oh yeah, I know. You have to, you know, go in the vomit comet. How else are you gonna know how to walk in 0G? Yeah,
I mean, as well as I mean, putting that rover's lander together with that the suit that you've got on, the restriction of your movement. I mean, that's just ridiculous to say they can do that.
And you know, like they're doing this in the 0G, they could have just jumped out of a plane. It's the same. You're just free falling.
Exactly.
I mean, Godzilla.
You're falling with the plane.
Godzilla 37 $5 super chat. Thank you very, very much. Really appreciate it. This super chat is on behalf of the Globetrolls. They hear everybody, but they never support. Cheap. Cheap.
I don't want to say that one.
I'm going
that's my missus's favourite word.
Can I pin this? I want to pin it. It doesn't want me to pin. Godzilla, I wanted to pin it, but it doesn't want me to pin. Sorry, mate. Brilliant. Thank you again for the super chat, mate. Roman Konya, nothing makes sense to me. It's not evidence against anything. Wind resistance, not the same. It sounds like these guys are just under a lot of delusion. Now guys, how would they get this right to film this in the Nevada desert if it was real? Why would they go through all this trouble by doing this? I mean, a production like this actually costs a lot of money, by the way.
Yeah, especially if you're hiring Stanley Kubrick.
It costs a lot of money.
I'm only joking with that one. He would have made a better job.
Kubrick actually did brilliant work. I'm not going to give him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
Skeptic.
Fantastic.
Skeptic 936 $5 super chat. Thank you very, very much, dude. You are awesome. I would like to nominate Roman Conyan for Dofty Award. Guys, do you actually want to do a Dofty Award of the Year? Because the Globers seem to do it, so why don't we do it? I think we can just as well.
You got another one from Influence 8.
Influence 8, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. You really appreciate it. Are the moon walls formed underwater? I have no idea what you mean. Moon walls.
Filmed underwater.
But I do know the Bible says the moon is in the firmament, so it's obviously not underwater though. Because the firmament separates the waters from the waters. So that would mean if it's in the firmament, it's not in the water. If that makes sense.
I think you need it's somewhere like the moon stuff filmed underwater. You know, like when you see them with oxygen tanks and that. I mean, definitely somewhere that's underwater, I would say.
Yeah. Drunken Bird, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it, mate. It's always good to see so much new faces here. Yes, let's do it. Yeah, I think we're gonna do Dofty Awards, guys. I'm gonna work out a whole nice video kind of thing, intro for it. We can actually have an award ceremony for it. I think that can work. Why not?
Yeah.
If the Globies can do it, why don't we do it? Because the only problem is it's gonna be very, very difficult for us. Because every time you think someone's winning the award, someone, I don't know, ups their game and just brings more dumb. They really went through a lot of trouble to not fake this, eh? I'm glad you enjoy the channel. This channel is for you guys. I just want to make it as great as it can for you guys. I really appreciate everything that you guys do, all your support. So yeah, I would appreciate if someone just hits that like button and shares so we can get more people onto the channel. Because as you know, flat earth channels are kind of censored. Because bigots run the world. Says the spacesuits were 180 pounds. It doesn't matter how heavy the spacesuits are, Ronan. This is done with... Oh, there we go. I like how they're doing the cuts. You can literally see they got the green screen holding there while it's going. Wow.
Nice.
There's the lighting. You see? Remember, those days also still did with plates. And then they did stop motion. Because they didn't have CGI that time. They just started with CGI in the 60s though. Ronan, Kaden. Actually, Ronan or any Globe in here, do you guys want to hop on to Discord or anything and actually have a chat?
That'd be nice.
Yeah, I mean, last night we actually brought up, we gave the opportunity for Globers to bring evidence, and well, one guy tried, but he failed miserably.
Yeah, he
Got
did.
triggered and left because he doesn't know his own religion. Master and Kieran in particular, we are at FE Community Circle. Thank you for coming, Master and Kieran. Good to see you. Glad you could make it. So yeah, maybe you have evidence for us. Maybe you will bring something, because we just keep getting excuses why you guys can't bring evidence.
Yeah, I mean, always in the polls, the polls are always kind of like on their side, but they never come in and show it, you know?
Yep, exactly. Another $5 super chat from Face Reality. Thank you very, very much. The astronauts are risking their lives. It gets really hot in that spacesuit. It's safer to remove them and breathe. The oxygen in the studio moon.
Yeah, right. Just take it off. They'll just breathe normally. They're in a studio. Plenty of air there.
Skeptic 96 also says, brilliant flats. We can have categories like DF trolls, DF video producers, etc. I think that's a brilliant idea. Very good. Yes, Godzilla, say, come guys, push Romans to come in. Jump in and prove the globe. I'm going to open my Discord now. You guys can see me doing it. I'm going to jump into Discord. Let's do this, Chuck.
If anybody comes in Discord, I'll jump in as well.
Awesome, yeah. So guys, Discord is open for anybody that wants to jump in. Even flat earthers or whatever. Even donut earthers, it doesn't matter. Jump in, you guys can have a conversation. Give your thoughts on the moon landings. Anything you guys want to say? Discord is open. Let me give the link, that might help. I have the link in the description, but just in case, there's the link for Discord if you guys have not joined already, and you can come and chat. Why are you getting banned all the time, dude? Do you know who's banning you, or is there a reason why they're banning you? Because I know they're not just going to ban for absolute no reason.
No, I mean, I've never banned him. I've never even timed him out.
Yeah, no, I can't. No excuses, bruh. Why would I come in if you're just going to mute me? Why am I going to come on if you won't let me talk? Hey, Audio Oracle, good to see you. Glad you could make it. Thank you for coming. Yeah, tonight's a nice late show. Do you guys enjoy these late shows though? Oh, okay guys, I think the power is on. I'm going to quickly do the switching off quickly. So I'll see you guys in like 3 minutes, okay?
Yeah.
So it's going to be black screen for like 3 minutes, guys. Not even 2 minutes, 3 minutes. So it'll still show live. It'll still show live, but I'm just not gonna be here. It's gonna show black. Okay.
Right.